guys, I'm Desmond Hakias. I am the host of Healing with Aloha, located on the island of Hawaii, one of the Hawaiian islands. Welcome. Today we are going to go live with Noah Humphrey. And let me turn this down. I'm excited to have Noah come on here. His hometown is South Central Los Angeles in California. And, you know, he's been through so much. The one thing that I appreciate about him is his heart. I believe that we're all predestined to be here, that God has great plans for us. And sometimes we don't always understand what the plan is. But then if our heart is open, we can go accordingly. And so today, just, having him, I was like, getting to know him and looking at his videos and whatnot. He loves poetry. He loves giving back to people. He's found ways to find healing, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. And so, I wanted him to share about the value of his faith and healing and even volunteering, because he gives back a lot. So he's originally from California. He does live in Hawaii, but right now he's away as he pursues his education. He has a heart that wants to speak on behalf of people that maybe are overlooked and unheard of. I was looking at some of his old videos and just the things that he shares. Sometimes we go through difficult times and we don't realize that it is during those times when we're humble and our hearts may feel heavy, maybe even feel broken. But then it is during those quiet times that, your higher power, for us it's God, he's able to whisper messages to us to let us know that I know this is what you didn't plan on or what you wanted, but great things are going to come from it, and that my love for you is so much greater than what you could ever ask of me. And so with further ado, I am so humble and grateful to have Noah join this conversation. This interview was more like a conversation. So guys, here's Noah. Hi guys, thank you for joining us.
Hello.
Hi Noah.
Hello. How is everything going?
Everything is going great. My son is home, but he's going to be going away again because he visits his dad during the summer times. So he's only been home for 1 week. He's going to only be home for 1 week, and then he's back again on Oahu.
Got you.
So I'm happy to have you here, Noah. How are you today? You're in California.
Yes, I'm in South Central LA right now.
Okay. Are you with your family, or is just for schooling?
Oh, right now just with family right now, just spending a little bit of time just hanging out and all of that as well too. Just being like the person that I can be,
Yeah,
you
you
know.
missing Hawaii?
Yeah, it's crazy what I miss so much. What it's a lot. What I kind of miss so much is just the kalo. Just like eating like the food as well too, but also the talk story over there is so amazing at
It's
times.
different, yeah.
So again, just putting it into that perspective as well, it's such a blessing to be able to be in be with a community that is so self-caring, because Hawaii, it is a self-repairing in a way. And again, you don't necessarily find that in different communities as well. And if you do with certain sections, it's not limited towards what I would say is based off certain groups. But with Hawaii, it's such a expounding thing. It's such a expanding universe in a way. It's like it becomes its own, like you truly feel like family and wherever like you go, if you use the right mana itself. And what I'm talking about, mana is just the life force energy of being a person of light. If you attract the light, if you become a person that allows for more good to come, then that allows you to connect with communities that you have never really connected with before.
Yeah, no, I agree. So I'm part Hawaiian. I'm born and raised on Kauai, but then I've lived on Oahu, Maui, and Japan. Um, it's interesting because, like, although I'm part Hawaiian, my grandmother is Filipino Hawaiian. I was raised more from my Filipino side, and I
Mm,
know you understand because you probably come across different ethnicities in Hawaii. But
yes.
like for me, it's automatic, to have to show aloha to people, um, because it was ingrained in me. It's a decision, it's a heart thing, and like I appreciate you sharing about the mana and just having it, you know, that it's so much more than like like, oh, aloha, hello, and goodbye.
Yeah.
But it's a decision. It's from your heart. It's from your soul.
Yeah. Yeah. What is so amazing about Allah as well too is that you can see through what you need to envision. You know what I mean? As in with like aloha itself, there is a plastic aloha that people say they put it on shirts, they put it on cups. It's like this is what aloha means, but aloha is being at the level in which you can reach other people by giving what you need to give away, by holding what you need to hold, but also at the same time remembering who you are. With mana, unlike different forms of energy that I just studied before, mana is such a generational accumulation of energy itself. It is actually based off family history, which is exactly why it's so hard for people, not like for people to, but for like people to obtain high amounts of it because you have to be connected with the lineage itself. I am very like thankful to be able to translate that energy in a way that becomes a healing because as being both African American and also Cherokee as well too, I use those as indigenous factors to build up who I am. And because of the way that I teach Thai like Chi as well too, because I also mentor a kid in like free in actually free form Thai Chi. I am able to find different ways of applying mana into my own life.
Yeah.
And again, with that as well too, the one thing that I would have to say, I always have to say, well, it's not what I always have to say, but I feel like it's always put on my heart is that it is not from me. I learned from a sovereign nation. I learned from the sovereign nation of Hawaii. And it is actually because of that land. It is actually because of what I've learned through my emotional trials, through both my spiritual battles, through both all of these troubling stuff I had in the past. I was able to grow from that and use those same resources to not only build up me, but build up a community that allows for more growth and care. And I'm very, very thankful for the groups such as K Vibe. I'm thankful for the libraries as well. Like too, I even read like the kids books over there too,
Hey,
because
kids'
again,
books are
it's so important.
awesome.
Kids books are extremely great because again, it
It's
allows you
simplified, yeah.
simplifying everything because it's not so much like a 600-page textbook. It's not always the 800 books where it's like I gotta attain the knowledge. Like no, like sometimes you gotta simplify to a point in which you love other people.
Wow,
And what
yeah.
I mean by love other people, if you cannot understand this, then how are you going to understand the basic aloha? How are you going to reinforce this? And then once you learn it, it becomes a connection with who you are and it builds your cultural self as well by being able to discern different things in life and also allow you to reach your highest self as well.
Hi guys, thank you for joining us. Noah, can you tell them? I know you've been doing a lot of community work on Oahu because you were home. Can you tell people a little bit about yourself? Because your hometown is in South Central LA, right, in California. But
Yes.
your family, who lives in Hawaii?
So right now, my family lives in Hawaii. So my mom and my dad, and also my siblings as well, too.
They live
So
on
there's
Oahu.
yes, live
Okay,
on Oahu.
okay.
So
And then
five of my
with
siblings live on Oahu.
so did you graduate high school in Hawaii or in Cali? California?
I graduated high school in Hawaii. So,
Which high
I mean,
school?
no. I actually graduated high school in Cali. I'm sorry about
But
that.
did
I
you
was
go
like,
stay
oh,
in Hawaii too?
no, I didn't go to school in Hawaii. My family moved to Hawaii during my senior year
Oh,
of
okay. So you just came
college.
back.
And I actually graduated college virtually from Hawaii. And
Oh,
I actually started my first year at Yale in Hawaii as well like too. So again, it allowed me a good foundation to really work on my masters and just it just helped me a lot. You
yeah,
know, I had a very unique experience coming here, and also because of the short time I came, I didn't want to come here as just a tourist. I didn't want to just come here to just take away from the land itself.
yeah,
And like for me, I had some inkling about like the land itself, about where I should go, because I didn't purchase from the ABC like stores. I didn't like go because again, it was just like I can go over to the Ross to get like whatever I needed.
yeah.
But I knew that there was something more with that. There was a calling for me to do, because again, as a Christian and also as a healer as well too, I preached my trial sermon at 16 years old, became a minister at 18, and I became a chaplain of the Whittier College football team at 21. So again, my
So
life was
wait,
filled with
you know, guys, I know you guys don't know who he is, but I'm gonna make him reel him back because I know you're all about being humble, but I'm gonna make you brag, okay? Because God wants you to be confident. God gifted you, and I want you to share with them a little bit about yourself. So you're an athlete. You'll always be an athlete. I don't care at what level, okay? You'll always be an athlete. I was a cheerleader. I ran track and field, and I played the flute in high school. I can still do those things. Even though I'm not active, I'll always be, okay? So tell them a little bit about yourself, that when you were growing up, you played sports, correct?
yeah.
Okay, tell them
So
why you're a chaplain and what were you doing before you became a chaplain for football? What position did you play, and did you play Pop Warner, and did you play in high school?
So what's crazy about that is that I actually started playing football for the first time my senior year of high school. I
Really?
Yes. So I was just the hard working kid. I was always a person running extra laps after practice and all of that. So I was a running back in high school. And then for my college football team, I actually walked on. I didn't have any offers at all. I was just
Oh,
like,
okay.
I just want to
I
play.
understand that.
I just wanted to play. And what happened was I actually moved up positions my first year there. So I actually moved from running back to defensive back. So I was a cornerback. But the thing was, because I only had that 1 year in high school, it really took a lot of time to
Catch up.
develop. Yes, it really took a lot of time to jumping on. And also I was facing these guys who were like 6'4",
How
200
tall are you?
pounds. So my first year I was 5'8", 152 pounds.
Okay.
So I was just like around that short. But through that time, through kind of like the years, my senior year was actually at the point whereas I was ready to take a more dominant role. I wanted to, get on the field, do like special teams and all that, because at that point I didn't get to the field at that point.
Oh, really?
Because
Okay.
yes, because I was just more so a
Learning.
scout guy. I was more so a scout practice guys, and there was the times in which I could go, but again, it took a lot of time for my body to mature, to be actually up like to like that point, but also at the same time, I more so it was tough because it was just in a situation in which I was tested with my faith. I had to make sure that I was in the right way in
Right.
which I needed to go,
Yeah.
and school was something else. Because I remember my freshman year, after practice ended around 5:30 p.m. or something, I went straight to the. It was the study hall dorms
Mm-hmm.
over there, and I studied there from 6 p.m. to midnight every night. And it became a point in which people actually thought that that was my second room,
Oh, wow.
because I
Yeah, because
stayed
you're
there
always,
for a
yeah.
long time. Yeah, but it was great because I was able to, you know, I set the tone for myself, and that is kind of what I envisioned with football as well. Like, so I wasn't a I wasn't like the fastest. I wasn't the smartest. I was just a person that continued to work hard.
Yeah, you
And
had heart and you had
yeah,
diligence.
I just had extreme heart, and through like that as well too. It was it was a lot because when I was going through that passage, I necessarily thought that, hey, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go play in the league, I'm gonna do all these
I'm gonna
different
go to the
things.
NFL. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, oh yeah, like
Hey,
everyone
just be
has like a
honest.
dream.
You know what?
Yeah, yeah.
I have people in my life that have gone pro in as an
Oh
athlete.
yeah. That
So I'm very familiar with,
got you.
yeah, not NFL, but in other sports. So I understand.
Yeah. And with that as well too, I was just thinking of different methods as well too, because more so the first 3 years of football, I was the water boy. I was just running around, making sure PE was okay. I was just a morale support. And my senior year was about to be that jump where I was going to exceed, because at that time I went from 5'8", 152 pounds to 192 pounds and 5'10". So I was, like I made sure to bulk up in like the gym, but also at the same time keep myself right.
Yeah.
But what happened was that my senior year, I had complications with my health. And what happened, it was
Oh,
a
wow.
heart issue. And because my family has a history of blood issues like themselves, stemming from sickle cell, and again through the sickle cell trait that I have, it was tough for me to continue my college career that way. And it was really tough because I wanted to, one, like, go out on the field. I never played a college football game in my life, but I know that God had a greater meaning for me to be off the field. And through that, it was so it was such a blessing because I had such an
Support.
outpour of support, love, care, people. Um, Last year, I even told
Thank
my
you.
story as well too.
Can you
Uh,
tell people a little bit what is sickle cell?
Sickle cell. So again, it's when like the blood cells themselves. So there's blood cells carrying from like your body and what happens because of like stress, dehydration. The blood cells go from a circle to a half like crescent shape, and that creates blockages within like the arms, and blockages with the arms, legs, just all vessels
Wow.
within the body. And for me, with my trait, what happens is when I deal through a lot of stress, and also at the same time when I overwork myself, that is when it happens. And because of my senior year, the summer of my senior year, and again with different things that have happened, it really caused a clog within my heart and everything. So
Oh,
I needed to
wow.
get away. And it was tough because there was, I remember they were saying that there was a vest. Well, it is still there, but there was like 2 inches. Like my like vessel was 2 inches thick, 2 inches thicker than usual in like my heart, like a ventricle.
Wow.
So again, it was tough to you know
So you have to slow
go
down.
through that.
The
Yeah, I
stress
had
makes it
to.
worse.
Yeah. And I was definitely a workhorse as well. I was always doing different stuff. Actually, from the total of my college career, because I also helped during moving days as well too. I moved over 120 fridges. So during like that time, during like the moving days, I lifted 40 fridges. I lifted 20 fridges.
Wow.
It was my first year, so I was always doing something, always trying to help out the
Physical
community.
labor and then like just mental labor, just giving.
Yes, because that's all I could have done at that point. I was like giving back so much that I couldn't give back to myself. So when I came to Hawaii and connected with myself, that really helped me out a lot because
Oh,
it's from all that. So
yeah, because you need a healing.
yeah, it's something that I didn't necessarily know until I got to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And then after a few months in, helping over at the Walgreens as well, just doing everything I can here. I worked at the Hawaii like Kai Walgreens, and I was just there a short amount of time, but I actually got the customer services award, and that was the first time that the store got it in over 2 to 3 years or something like that. So it was just such a blessing to be able to use that mental and physical support in a way that I could help other people, especially during a time which was tough. Because again, a lot of people lost like their lives through COVID, but also at the same time through just, it was just a tough time for everybody. And especially for me, because at that time, my friend passed away, Rico. Oh,
In
that was
Hawaii
his,
or in Cali?
in like Cali, and I wasn't to go to his funeral. And
Mm,
I just visited his grave like a few weeks ago. And again, I finally got that I got the physical emotions out because for so long I knew about the spiritual, I accepted the mental as well too,
yeah,
but my physical body couldn't accept the grief
the
unless I
reality.
went to
Yeah.
the grave. Yes. And when I did, it was such an opening because it allowed me more growth than I ever had before. And with that, along with Hawaii itself, it allowed me to compartmentalize both the energy that I have, the physical needs that I need to address, but also the mental needs that I also need as well too, which is self like care,
Yeah.
holistic and love.
Yeah.
I didn't really truly love myself as much as I thought I did. And I had to hear it from other people constantly in order like to get that through my head.
Yeah, I know that can the reason did you see the post you seen the post when I did of you sharing about your friend and that you've known him for 2 weeks and that how he asked you to write his poem? Remember that speaking event you did?
Oh yeah, speaking of yeah.
Yeah. Can you share a little bit about your friend? Because
Oh yeah.
you felt like he felt like you touched him and you inspired him, but you're like, no, it's you. Like it
Yeah.
was like a self-revelation for you. Can you share why that relationship and how you were like moved by his heart for you when you were like, no, you changed me in 2 weeks?
Yeah. And it's heavy because he helped me to realize what I wanted to be.
Wow.
Never really had you know, he was one of my first friends in South, like Central LA. And again, through both my life, I've lost people, of course, but also teachers. There was actually a fifth grade teacher of mine. His name was Mr. Wetterby. And with him, um, he was the one that really helped me to overcome just my fear of public speaking, but also talking to people as well too, because I didn't want to talk to people because I had a severe speech impediment, more than what it is now. I couldn't even do proper sentences at that point. But for him, he was able to reach around and say, hey, you can do anything. Just continue to believe in yourself. And he
Mm.
also got to the science field too. And what happened was that my senior year of high school, um, he passed away. And it was tough because I went over to, I actually was the one who gave his eulogy. And that was such a blessing because the fact is the one person who no one truly believed in with like the speech and not really able to push ahead with academics was actually the one that gave out a speech. And when like people saw me for the first like time in Arizona to like that point, there was like teachers coming up to me just saying, "Wow, Noah, you improve, you grew." I'm just like, it's not me, it's the support around me. I'm only as strong as the people surrounding me, and that's why I'm here today. There's been many times in which I could have fell, I could have easily said, "Nope, I'm done with this," but there was always messages of people from years ago just saying, hey, I remember what you did in 2019 when you um, gave me that chocolate bar. Or hey, I actually remember that time where you carried a person up like the steps when they got hurt. Or I actually remember that time when you held like the door for me, like talked to me, just different interactions that I did that I didn't think would impact people. It did because it was the intention that I had with it. And the reason why, like, a lot of people, come up to me today, or a lot of people's like, yeah, let's like go, is because at the end of the day, I supported most of the people I know through just being me. And it wasn't necessarily just sitting back and saying, hey, I'm just gonna do this, I'm gonna fake around. Like, no. Like, my the times what I went through is crazy. I had friends basically on trial that was falsely accused of murder, just like falsely accused. It was a already have like the person over there, like he was completely far away from like the crime itself. And I messaged him like, yo, is everything okay? Is that everything all good? And he's just like, yeah, thank you. Thank you for reaching out to me. I had people who had brain the surgery, just like I got nobody there at the hospital with me. And I said, where are you at? And we were straight over there. I didn't care about the price or anything like that. Because again, with friends, with all that different stuff as well too, it doesn't matter about what you are physically capable of, because it is about what you push through. It is about what you engage in. Because if you truly love people, if you truly show that aloha, that begins to make a bridge. And I didn't know that I expressed so much aloha even before coming to Hawaii.
Yeah.
But Hawaii manifested it into a way in which I know that it can be a healing process. And from my experiences of being being broken down, I realized that I can heal. And it's so much stuff that I am thankful for. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for the people that made me me. But I'm also thankful for the people that didn't look out for me, the people that didn't see me for the right intentions, the people that called me hostile, the people that called me these like negative emotions, because it allowed me to confront evils that I never thought I could imagine within myself. But
Yeah.
that's the greatest thing, because once I see that part and I know the actions in which I can do can lead other people forward, then that becomes the greatest love. And
Wow.
because of that, I'm going to keep on going and being like the best person that I can be, and be ultimately the change I need, be like the change I want to see in the world.
I I'm such a soft-hearted person, and I'm all crying and trying not to cry and stuff like that. But when you share the story about your teacher.
Oh, I can't hear.
Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can
Hello?
you hear me?
Oh, no.
Really? Wait, hold on. Can you hear me now? Oh no! Can you hear me now?
It's so weird.
Really? Wait, how come? What happened?
Let's
There,
see.
can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Got you. Sorry.
Okay.
You may need to put it within the chat then. Yeah.
Okay. No,
Because
I
my
was gonna.
phone is acting weird. I have a Android, so it's
Oh,
pretty.
don't worry. One time I was on a live and my phone died because I was in the car and it heated up and it died.
Maybe I don't know.
So the listeners can hear us.
Okay. Maybe
So,
it's just on my end.
oh, okay. So what I wanted
Oh
to
well.
share. Can you hear me now, Noah? Can you hear me?
No. Keep it in the chat.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm gonna talk. Okay, wait. So
Okay.
what I wanted to share, Noah can't hear me. He'll have to watch the replay about this. But I was really inspired. I just want people to know that the reason I was crying is his teacher really encouraged him. He had a speech impediment, and one of his teachers really encouraged him, to keep going. And then he passed away during his senior year in high school. And so I was crying because when you're an educator, when you're someone who is in a position to serve and to love people, sometimes you don't realize that the kids that walk in your room,
the reason why they're quiet or maybe they act out is because maybe they come from a home life that is unloving. And so, as an educator, as a counselor, as an administrator in the educational background, you have the ability to show kindness. And the reason why I was crying is because I was like, there's so many teachers that I had growing up that they were like a hanai, like an adopted mom or dad, uncle to me, and they didn't even know. And it was the kindness that they showed me that allowed me to become the person I am. Um, and so I just wanted to share that your words have power, and that when you take the time to show kindness and love, that you can make the world a better place by just changing a child's life by your love. And so that's why I was crying, because that teacher passed away, and I look at Noah and how confident he is and how he gives back because someone gave to him, and he shines God's love through him. Like, I'm inspired by that. And so that's what I wanted to share. Can you hear me now, Noah? Can you hear me?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, thank you so much for the comments and all that stuff as well too. But also, it's just from feeling your heart as well, like too. That is so important, and it just overflows. Like for me, communication is needed. Violence is the lowest form of communication, but the highest like communication that we can have is love.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
being able to show kindness to people and being able to love and grow. And I'm especially thankful for groups like K-Vibe. I'm thankful for and Kalihi as well too. Just going around and seeing like the kids over there, helping out at Waikiki Beach, helping over at Wamanalo Beach as well, like too, just helping out the houseless over there as well, and just showing aloha by giving back. If you have the spirit, if you have like the heart, you can change lives. There's so much stuff that we tend to not do because we don't think we have the strength for it. But honestly, it's what God gives us that allows us to be great. I basically walked to Waikiki Beach with a backpack full of cold waters
Cold
and a
waters
water on the side. And I just walked down
and
back
pass
and
it out.
forth, just handing out, just handing it out that way. And over time, because like we did it every 2 weeks, but we ended up handing out 500 water bottles out, essentially 500 water bottles out like the streets along there. And also did chiropractic care for them as well. But it's based off just the intention to heal, the intention to be kind and nursing. So for me, not only was I part of the community service attitude as well too, I was also doing just activism as well, like too, because again, it's so much love and caring. My mind, my body, my soul goes out to the Micronesian community as well too. And mahalo for their strength, mahalo for just their love and care, and for just being able to build off of the previous events being before and living and being like the greatest people that they can be, because they are not what social media turns them out to be. They are not what stereotypes they are put into. Micronesians, they deserve more, and also like they need more within the Hawaiian community as well too. And I'm grateful to be an ally as well for what they do. And it's such a blessing to be able to spread that both kindness to places in which don't necessarily get the same love and care. If you put South like Central LA into the same points where Kalihi and other communities in Hawaii is, you find out that Hawaii has a closed center itself. because if you don't have the right resources surrounding you, there isn't going to Texas, there isn't going to always if and play aces. You just have here.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
if you're not centered there, you're not be able to help anyone. And it's so important that we continue to build resources within those communities to allow them to grow. So again, however I can give like back as a person, I would love to go back to Hawaii and just continue to do like the work I'm doing now, but more so serve communities in need.
Yeah. Can you hear me, Noam?
Be the change. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
No.
No.
You gotta type it in chat.
You can't hear me? You can't hear me. Oh. Okay. I was gonna wait. Okay. I was gonna say that definitely, like, okay, you can watch this after, but definitely you can contact me so that I can help you to help the people that you were connected to back in Hawaii. I'm, even though I'm on Kauai, yeah, I know it's so weird. Like, you guys can hear us. He said it might be his Android. He can't hear. But yeah, definitely reach out to me because I'm here and then I can help you. So, okay, you can talk. You can talk. Tell him you can talk.
Yeah. And again, kind of like how I say with the spiritual sides of things, there's also, I would like to say, different forces that doesn't like the good itself. So it's kind of like that. It's like, oh, nope, we got to cancel this conversation. We got to make sure there's forms of communication. Oh, contact her to help you help the people. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No. Oh, like problem. Yeah, it's something crazy with mine. But with that as well too.
Thank you,
with the organizations that I was helping in Hawaii, I'll definitely I'll definitely send you the community service areas in which I was at and just build from there. But what I hope to do is what I want to really do with just with kind of like the community service in Waikiki Beach as well too, is like to continue that. I want to continue with building off of that.
Thank you, guys.
And I would say that because again, there's so much need over there, but what we need essentially is how to create sustainability in Waikiki Beach for the houseless, and like kind of like instead of just pushing them out again and again and again, because more tourists are going to come over here. But what is like noted as well is that most of the houseless are actually Native Hawaiians, and they are not giving the right care at all. As in, they are actually trying to live off the land their own way, and they are actually being threatened by forces not even from their own land. And it's such a troubling thing to have. So again, it's tough, but through that process itself, I hope to use both my academic knowledge, both just my spiritual knowledge, and everything I have is just giving back as much as I can. And I've done that through conferences at Yale, conferences over at Harvard, and also I presented my work in Spain.
Awesome, huh?
As well too. So again, with like that, and I also made sure to talk to multiple Hawaiian researchers as well too, who are native like Hawaiians as well too, because again, I want to make sure that I receive the right mana, but also at the same time make sure that I am giving the right advice out and making sure that I am in line with who I am as a settler of this land. And it's been, it's been such a transformative piece because, again, it's like different things like, nope, that is new age. Nope, you are saying this wrong. You are saying that wrong. I'm like, that's great because I love adversity, one, but also two, if I'm not saying it right and they are correcting me on this, I should listen because this is not my culture. This is not what I'm trying to build on itself, but I'm trying to use this knowledge to help other people. And if like also I can help other native like Hawaiians through like my research as well, that's such a blessing because I am able to give back as much mana as what Hawaii has given back to me. And I also had students as well too say, thank you for teaching me about my culture. Thank you for giving me, thank you for inspiring me to learn this again, to learn more about this land in which I am a part of. And I'm like, again, that is a blessing, but also like in my mind, I'm so thankful because
can you guys tell him he's like a bridge,
I respond to my inner child because
the
of
mainland
that,
and Hawaii,
and just give back the best that I can.
Can you guys tell Noah that he's become a bridge between Hawaii and the mainland? I think it's amazing. People don't realize that. So I was, you guys know Brada is, and so I was watching an old video of him, and he was singing up in the Big Island, and there's a crowd of people listening to him, and then he sang this song, and it's like, this song is dedicated to those of you who are Hawaiian at heart, and that was inspiring for me because I think a lot of times we don't realize that, here's Brada is, he's Hawaiian, and he's acknowledging people who are Hawaiian at heart. And so I think a lot of times, there's different ways of looking at things. We can feel like, who you guys, you trying to be on certain type of way, trying to take our culture and whatnot. But we cannot assume everybody's like that. We gotta open up our hearts to understand that some people genuinely are here to empower and help us with our lands, with our culture, with just being able to have resources. And so, like, for Noah, he's not Hawaiian, but he has so much mana and aloha in his heart, and he connected himself to people in Hawaii who's able to teach him our Hawaiian values. And so, sorry, I know you guys kind of you don't have to say exactly it, but I just wanted to let him know that he's become a bridge, and that we should totally work with him. Yeah. Okay, he can talk now.
Again, mahalo for your words and for your energy as well too. I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful to build and just build as much as I can. Again, through my past experience as well too. It's definitely relearning as well, because I had interactions in like the past that didn't necessarily open me up fully to what Hawaii was about. But it was actually through my own self-discovery, by not learning from another like person, but going through my own journey itself. It allows me to really see what I need to do to evolve myself. And again, with like that as well too, I have to pay like homage to Trask. I'm very thankful to what Trask has done and the work in which she has given back to this land. And honestly, I was pretty upset when she passed away. But the thing about it, what makes it so powerful as well is that she passed away on July 3rd, the day before Independence Day. And again, it just showed from there, like, it's like everything was guided to that point of just saying that I am not American, I am Hawaiian. And again, with that, I want to reiterate that same energy into the way that I heal. As in, I'm not healing from a broken person. I'm healing from my inner child. I am working, not because I have to work. I'm working to heal, and to heal is to work.
Yeah.
And as when I build up my knowledge on things as well too, it's emptying that as well too, and saying that no matter how much I learn, there's always a place for me to grow. There's always a place for me to always a place that I can establish myself more. And I'm very thankful to continue to learn that. And also I look forward to learning Lua, which is the Hawaiian martial art of bone like breaking, but also healing as well too, in order to increase my knowledge. So again, I'm just continuing to build both my knowledge of Hawaii itself, but also just continue to build my own self, and however I can help out the sovereign nation of Hawaii itself through my reading, through poetry. I'll do everything I can to give like back, because I consider Hawaii a second home to me. And the first time that I got onto the land, I felt so liberated, because that was actually the first time I've been off of America itself, which is so crazy to think about, because it's just like just sitting there. It's just like I connected so much more to my indigenous roots because I was outside of what I was brought in since years and years to come.
Yeah, and I think it's beautiful for him to be able to connect to his roots, because like he said, like he's trying to heal, like, and we're all trying to heal from our inner child. Like we've all had some form of trauma, and so we choose on a daily basis to move towards healing, and it's not easy, but it's worth it. We're gonna have scars, guys, because you know, I don't know about you, but when you get a big cut or gash, it'll heal, but you'll see a scar, right? And so healing, it's like a forever ongoing process. It's not just a one time, okay, I'm done. No, you know, especially when it comes to your heart, when you've lived through some really difficult times, guys, it's a continuous thing, but we can get stuck. But it's important for us to process the pain so that we can move forward and let go, and to be able to allow ourselves to love deeply ourselves and then others. Not necessarily in a romantic way, but just open our hearts. Yeah. Okay. You can talk.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. And again, just to reiterate as well too. It's, you know, healing with aloha, healing with greeting, healing with song, healing with dance, healing with tradition, healing with family. There are so many continuous ways of healing, but there's also so many continual ways of being a helpful person within. Healing doesn't just take place within the walls in which we see, but it is within our own minds as well too. And with healing itself, everyone has a chance to negotiate with different levels of themselves to become a great healer, but it takes humility, it takes passion,
Yeah.
and it takes a selflessness that rivals an empty hole. Because no matter how much love you put into it, you won't necessarily receive the same love back at times. But it is how continuous you are with yourself that allows for healing to be a continual stream of joy for both you and other people as well too. If your healing does not give joy, then is it truly healing? If your healing doesn't give truth, is it really truth? Does your healing give you strength? And is that strength enough to carry you through? Those are kind of the systems in which I want to engage my healing, my life, and what I want out of my time here on earth as well too, in terms of the career goal of becoming a pastor and also a chiropractor that utilizes prayer. And using that, I just want to be like the best that I can be.
And I believe I'm telling him I believe you're already doing it. And I believe that you're already doing it, and that people are being.
And it's,
Can you hear me
I'm
now?
just an old soul.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, you
I'm just an. Oh no. Oh no, just reading this. It's all good. I'm just good at, because I did a little bit of ASL and all that, so I can read a little bit more and all that different stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but not too much. Not too much. But I'm kind of like just an old soul. And again, with the knowledge that I have and the abilities that I have to heal, but also to listen, once it comes to like spiritual issues, it really helps me to just grow to be the best person that I can be.
So I wanted to tell you that I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of you as well too. I'm proud of what you do.
So we're gonna say goodbye to everybody.
Oh, you're gonna.
Can you tell them? Wait.
Oh, yes. Well, so I'm gonna be, so my IG is at Noah, so we can find that there. So it's at KNOWAKNOW, and with that, it's so, I'm also on Facebook as well too, same aim, like name and all that, and pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much all it is right there. I do have different projects on like the way as well too, so feel free to check like those out. But essentially, I'm just gonna keep on building the work. Yeah, YouTube soon. Hopefully, I can. One of the greatest speakers that really inspired me is Inky Johnson, Trent Shelton, and all those different people.
I know who Inky is.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, wait. Do you know? Oh gosh, what? Oh gosh, I have another. Oh, Les Brown. Les Brown.
Oh, yeah. Les Brown. Yes, Les Brown. It's so much different people as well too. There's also, it's so many there's so many motivational people out there as well too. And another one I have to shout out as well too. And he is a dad. His name is Rome Johns, and I'll put that in the IG chat as well too. But he and his wife Felicia have really been a blessing to see, and they have really helped with just growing. And I'll put that right there. Jeff A. Adams, yeah. So I just put it right there, the dad itself, and his story with his daughter Kalia is such an amazing thing to see. And it really inspires me one day, once I do have like my own family, of course, to be as strong as him and to continue to build on my spiritual self as well. Oh, also, there's another one as well too. I'm totally forgetting, but there's also a girl struggling with. Here it is, right here. Definitely check out her as well, like too, and her
yes,
like story as well too. The Venmo, they're trying to raise money for Diz Milan as well too, and I'm definitely, want to help out however I can with like that. Such a beautiful family, and I send my prayers to them. Because again, it's not about me, it's about you, about the love and support they have over there. And I personally haven't met the two yet, but I know that in spirit we have.
Well, I'm gonna have to call him off this after this.
Yeah.
But guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Noah, thank you so much.
Very thankful for joining as well. It's been such a blessing to be here, to talk out and just to talk a story with you as well too. I learned so much about myself, but also it's because again, I'm just like, oh no, I don't want to talk about that side of like what I've actually done. But it's such an amazing thing to be an ally for Hawaii itself and just continue to do the work that I do. And I want to continue to do that. I never want to lose like my path on that, because I definitely want to make change the best way I can.
Yeah. And God's going to continue to use you. God's going to use you in how you love.
Got you.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you so much. Take care, okay?
Okay. Bye, guys.
Thank you, and I just enjoyed every minute of it. Take care. Okay. Bye.
Bye.